Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also apologies if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well. If there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped, and hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision 2024 related video here on my channel, and right now I am going to be taking a look at the betting odds with regards to the upcoming edition of the ESC, which will take place in just a few weeks' time for a third time in the city of Malmö, Sweden. As always, you're welcome to let me know your thoughts on anything I discussed today by leaving a comment down below, and as always, there are links in the description to my other social media pages. Check them out if you so wish. So I've just finished filming a video regarding Eurovision 2024 and the dark horses in this year's lineup, but now I am going to take a look at the betting odds for pretty much the first time this year. Now, of course, you know and I know, the betting odds don't mean too much, but I've often found that they can end up being pretty darn accurate. I'm on Eurovisionworld.com, and as much as the betting odds don't really matter too much, on other social media pages, people go on about them all the time, taking screenshots of this. This country's now moved above this one. It's very exciting. Every year it happens, even though we should not be taking these betting odds as the most important indication when we go into, the last few weeks before Eurovision actually gets going. It says here there's 28 days, 3 hours, 49 minutes until Eurovision gets going. Now, the best thing to do, I think, is to get rid of that advert. Let's take a look at semi-final one. This is probably going to be a very brief video, but I just want to give you my thoughts on what I'm seeing here. So, it says here Croatia, the favourite, along with Ukraine, a 95% chance of victory. I can't argue with that. I think Croatia
are sailing through without breaking a sweat. That song is getting a lot of love, a lot of buzz. It is a major contender to win, if you ask me. And Ukraine doing what Ukraine do best, cruising through to the final. That's what's going to happen a few weeks from now. Teresa and Maria maybe isn't a really serious contender to win at this moment in time, but should any of us be shocked if Ukraine end up winning for a fourth time next month? Probably not. Lithuania, there they are at number 3, can't argue with that. Finland at number 4 is generous, but then again it's a 100% public vote semi-final, and as cringeworthy as the Finnish entry might be for a lot of people, including yours truly, I think it's very obvious, I'll be honest. I think it's very clear. No rules by Windows 95 man. I think that's going through. Probably very comfortably indeed. Then again, and I know it was a different song, a very different sounding song, Croatia in semi-final 1 last year in Liverpool, that was a very out there song, a very out there performance, but that did not sail through. I think Let 3 qualified in 8th place, 7th place, something like that, so it wasn't a really comfortable qualifier. However, looking at the songs on offer in semi-final 1 this year, yeah, Finland are going through, coming for a top 5 finish. In the final, though, when the juries have their say, it could be a different story. I'm looking here as well, Song 5, Luxembourg. Well, if they were to go through, this would be a massive success, because of course they haven't competed since the early 90s. Luxembourg are on last in the running order as well. I still think the song is really lacking something. Somebody online yesterday said that Tally doesn't really have much charisma. I'm inclined to agree. She's not a bad vocalist. The song is perfectly fine. But going through in 5th place in semi-final 1, I have to say I disagree with that a little bit. I'm looking at Serbia, 7th. If you ask me, Serbia is finishing higher than Luxembourg in semi-final 1 at this stage. Cyprus are there in 6th. That's interesting, because I think the Cypriot entry has had a pretty mixed response from most Eurovision fans. But then again, as I've said many times in my videos now, we have to think about neutral viewers hearing the song for the first time. They might really enjoy Cyprus for what it is. A pretty decent pop song. Okay, lyrically not the most imaginative. Melodically not really doing anything incredible. But neutral listeners don't give a toss half the time. So Cyprus in 6th, generous, but fair enough. I mean, I don't mind the Cypriot entry this year, so if Cilia Capsis goes through, I'm a happy man. Poland are there in 8th.
I've not been convinced with Luna, I'll be honest. Her live vocals, not really doing much for me, but let's not judge the pre-party performances too harshly. Ireland are there in ninth. That's nice to see. I think Ireland will move above Poland before you know it. 74% for the Tower, 59% for Doomsday Blue. That should be closer if you ask me. And then Portugal in 10th, 58%. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I don't really disagree with this. I think Luxembourg should be lower. Oh, absolutely. 86% chance. I know they're on last, but come on. That song isn't exactly, you know, truly sensational, if you ask me. But there we are. Neither Cyprus, but there we are. Serbia should be higher. I would have Serbia in 5th. I would have Poland above Cyprus and Luxembourg as well. But everything else I can't argue with. According to this, Moldova are finishing last. They have a 21% chance of qualifying. I don't disagree with that at all. I think Moldova are DOA. Iceland, I have to say, are DOA as well, although I have seen a little bit more attention going Scared of Heights way in recent days. So who knows, maybe more people are coming around to the fact that this is an alright song. Azerbaijan, 46%. I just don't know where the love is going to come from. Are people in Ireland going to give Azerbaijan a point? I doubt it. Are people in Finland going to give Azerbaijan a point? I doubt it. I don't see Azerbaijan going through. Australia, yeah, as I said in the video that I've just filmed, I think Electric Fields, they can deliver. That live performance we get in May might be really, really fantastic. And that could nudge them over the line. But I'd rather Portugal went through instead of Australia. So it's a tricky one. And then Slovenia, wow. I can see Slovenia missing out. I think she's a great singer. I thought she was good in London recently. I think the staging may be similar to what we have in the music video for Veronica. It's a pretty decent effort. And as I've said previously, I am surprised more people don't really love this. I'm interested to know. Let me know if you really enjoy Slovenia and think that this song by Raven should be cruising through. I'm really surprised more people don't love it. I mean, if you put Fighter up against Veronica, I mean, I don't mind both songs, but dear me, Luxembourg 5th, Slovenia 11th, I don't get that. That should be so much closer. So much closer. Dear me. Dear me. If Ireland miss out, it's not a shock. Not a shock at all. But really, I can't argue with that list right there. Let me know your thoughts on it. It will change, of course, over the next few weeks. Semi-final 2, which is much more difficult to predict, maybe. The Netherlands, 92% chance of qualifying first place, without a doubt. The Netherlands, I think, are not locked on, but close to being locked on to win semi-final each time, because it's a 100% public vote semi-final. People are loving this. It's wacky and crazy, not in a bad way. I don't know what we're going to get from the staging, but the Netherlands are sailing through, dear viewers. Switzerland is second, or rather joint first, and I can't argue with that. Greece in third, don't argue with that at all. Armenia in fourth. That's very impressive. That's very impressive. Too high? I don't know. 85% chance of going through. They are qualifying, there's no doubt about that. Belgium in 5th. Yeah. Belgium's good. Belgium's really good. I've mentioned this previously as well. What a terrific song, Before the Party's Over. I like it more every time I hear it. I've not really enjoyed his pre-party performances, though. I think he's overdoing it. And I don't know why his shirt's off either. But it's a great song. But I can see Armenia finishing above Belgium now. And in the final, in the public half of the results too. Oh dear me. Norway is 6th. Fair enough. Fair enough. Israel is 7th. Well, that's not a shock. That's not a shock. Austria are 8th. Below Israel. Wow. Only by 1%, but dear me. The Austrian hype train, dear me. It's really slowed down to a crawl, if you ask me. Estonia are 9th. Lovely. I do think Estonia are going through. Some people have doubts, but I think that song will get enough love. And then Georgia in 10th, 64% and rising. Just mentioned Nutzer as being a dark horse for this year's contest, and that pre-party performance in London very recently was pretty impressive. So I think Georgia will rise further, perhaps over the next few weeks before Eurovision gets underway. Okay, I can't really argue with that. I think that's going to end up being pretty darn accurate. Denmark in 11th, that's a real shame. 44% chance of going through. Oh man, yeah. Somebody on Twitter several weeks ago said, I don't see Denmark going through. Who on earth is going to feel compelled to vote for that song? It's a good point. It's a good point. Who is going to really feel like voting for that track? Not many people, perhaps. But again, I've mentioned Saba being a dark horse this year as well. Latvia in 12th. Oh man. If Latvia were in semi-final 1, I'd be tempted to say they're in with a much stronger chance. But in semi-final 2, I think they're done for. San Marino in 13th. 31%. Italy can vote, Spain can vote, but who else will? And will Spain and Italy vote for this song? I don't know. Albania in 14th. Albania love sneaking through and then not doing so well in the final. It could happen again this year. But in place of who? Are Albania going to go through instead of Georgia? I don't think so. Are Albania going to go through instead of Estonia? I don't think so. Are Albania going to go through instead of Austria? You are joking. So I think Albania are gone. Malta, I hate to say it, I think they're gone as well. I like Sarah Bonici. I think she's been performing pretty well lately. But there's just no love for that song. There's no love for it, really. And then Czechia, last. 19% chance of going through. I think I predicted Czechia to finish last in my predictions video a few weeks ago, which is interesting. Clearly the bookmakers agree with me. I like Pedestal, I like Aiko, the revamp's not too bad, but yeah, again, where's the love going to come from? So looking at this, for the first time I should say, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I think Malta will finish above San Marino, maybe? I'm just thinking out loud here. I'd love to see Denmark go through. But I think Georgia are looking more and more likely to be a safe qualifier. Of course, people will complain about Israel. I do think Israel are going through, but some people will say they're taking the place of a country that deserves it more, a song that deserves it more. That's discussions that I'll be staying well clear of next month, if indeed it happens. In terms of the favourite to win... Oh, sorry, winning semi-final 2. I've been looking at the wrong thing. Have I? Have I not? Well, anyway, it says here... the Netherlands have a 38% chance of winning semi-final 2, followed by Switzerland, followed by Belgium, then Greece, Austria, Norway, Israel, Armenia, Estonia, Denmark. Oh, right, okay. Okay, this is interesting. This is likelihood of winning the semi-final, not qualifying. So Denmark are 10th here, tied with Georgia. Czechia are still last. Yeah. Right now the Netherlands are winning semi-final 2. Of that there's no doubt. Semi-final 1, Croatia, 45%. The clear favourite to win semi-final 1. I don't disagree with that. Ireland 10th. This is pretty much exactly the same. Yeah. Finland, 11% chance of winning semi-final 1. I don't think so. That's very generous. Not to qualify... Moldova, a 75% chance of not qualifying. Can't argue with that. Semi-final 2, bear with me here. Not to qualify. This should be very close, actually. Czechia, 79%. 80%. That's just changed. Malta, Albania, dear me. There I am saying a moment ago that I think semi-final 2 is actually more difficult to predict the qualifiers for. Maybe it's becoming very clear
as we move ever closer to this year's event taking place. In terms of Switzerland, there they are, a 24% chance of winning, and the odds are shortening a little bit. Croatia second, yeah, I think for the rest of this Eurovision season. Italy a third. The momentum's fading for Italy, but Angelina Mango's delivering the goods every time. Ukraine are fourth, I think they should be lower. Netherlands are 5th, they should be above Ukraine now, I would say. France are there. No, I don't. No. Belgium are 7th. Oh dear. Greece are 8th. Israel are 9th. I do find that generous. I really do. I don't think the song is that good. It's not bad, but it ain't that good. United Kingdom are 10th. Oh dear. He's going to fall big time. Sweden are 11th. They'll move up, surely. Austria are 12th. Lithuania 13. That's a bit low. 1% chance of winning. That's about right. But Lithuania should be higher. Finland, Jesus, wet. Finland above Norway, tied with Norway. Not in this century or the next. Heavens above. Norway should be much higher, much higher. Ireland, they're up there. Armenia, yeah. Serbia, below Georgia and Slovenia? I don't think so. Estonia have dropped off massively. There's Spain, number 23, between Latvia and Denmark. Iceland, number 26, heavens above. Heavens above. Iceland above Poland. Okay. Germany are 31. Yeah, that's a shame. I think more people are enjoying Germany now. They're a bit of a dark horse. I should have mentioned them in my previous video, but there we are. Portugal. Oh, dear me. San Marino last. Okay. Portugal 35. That's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. But there we are. You know, Eurovision's a cruel, cruel game every year. Some countries will really struggle, whereas others will really, really succeed. As of right now, April the 9th, Switzerland are the favourites to win, but not by much. How will it change moving forwards? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, of course, by leaving a comment down below if you so wish. And until next time, it will probably be the first part of why blank should win Eurovision 2024. Until then, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. What do you think about these betting odds? Are they that important, or is it a load of trash? See you again soon. Bye for now.